My name is Grace Ouma, and today I want us to talk about redefining yourself. Have you gone through a major life-changing event? Perhaps it's divorce, perhaps it's a loss of job, and you do not know who you are anymore outside of that place. You do not know where to start or what to do with your life. Well, guess what? The divine is always pulling you towards your purpose. I want to share with you a story of my friend. Her name is Millicent. She's in her 40s, but last year she made a move that it shocked most of us. She changed her career. She is a natural caregiver. She lives for making people's lives easier at their darkest times, at their worst moments. If you see a sick person who cannot go and help themselves on their own, Millicent will gladly take care of such a person. She will wipe their poop. She will clean. She will talk to them. She will hold them tenderly. She will hold their hands. She will speak life into them. Literally, those people, Millicent lives for such moments. And guess what it took for her to make that decision to change her career? She went through a near-death experience. She was out camping with friends. A tragedy struck. People got hurt, and they went to hospital. And she saw one of them was taking care, dressing wounds, taking care of the sick, talking to them in such a tender manner. And she said, "This is my calling. I'm no longer going to walk in the path that I've been walking before. I want to walk into my calling. This is what gives me life." And she talked to that lady, and that lady said, "You know what? I did a caregiving job. I did a caregiving course, and you can do it as well." And Millicent left that place and she enrolled for a caregiving course, and she has finished and she's upgrading it to nursing. And literally, she touches the lives of the people she's in. One time she was telling me her experience. She was in a hospital, it's a public hospital, and you know the way public hospitals are. And people, even nurses, and not everybody is called to handle the sick who cannot help themselves, So she was in hospital and there was a patient who was in his last moments, and he had soiled himself, and he was dirty, and he was stinking, and the wife that day didn't manage to come to help him clean him up and all that. So Millicent and another senior nurse in the hospital went and decided to clean him. And it's the way she did it so passionately that the patient just told her, "My daughter, I want to bless you. Come and kneel down next to me. I want to pray for you." And she knelt down, and the man laid his hand over her and he prayed for her. She didn't understand the language because he was praying in Maasai language. And he prayed for her, and you would hear him call the name of God in his language. So she just knelt down there, and her eyes were closed, and she didn't hear an amen. So she lifted her eyes to check if the guy is still praying or not, or what happened. And when she stood up, the nurse told her, "Shut his eyes." So he died praying for her. And it's because of the way she handled and cared for him at his last moments. She found her purpose, and she's pursuing it. And I'm here to tell you that the divine is always pulling you towards your purpose. So when you're going through a life-changing event or a life-changing moment, it's the time when you want to sit down and be still. It's the time when you want to sit down and listen. It's the time where you want to separate yourself from the noise, from the commotion that is happening out in the world. And especially, let's say you're going through divorce and there is so much stigma around that divorce and separation. It's not the time to get into fights with the other person. Yes, you're going to have those frictions. Yes, you're going to contend because of the children and everything. But you want to focus on listening and asking God, "Who am I and who am I supposed to serve? Place me in that position." If you listen close enough, you will hear your purpose is always calling you. You know the reason why I started this podcast is because I live for transformation, for transforming people's lives. if there is any time that I feel like I have failed, is when I have entered into a space or somebody's life and I failed to live an impactful transformation. It's the reason why I lived for my cleaning business. My cleaning business would get me into people's homes and transform the space. And it's not just the space that made me happy. It's how the clients felt the organization in that place has left their lives. It makes their lives easier. When I touched somebody's compound and they were like amazed at how they didn't know that these stones that were filling my compound could make a driveway. It is just the transformation, like, wow, I didn't know that my compound could look this beautiful and this reviving. Right now, I can carry my chair and sit outside and just feel it's no longer chaotic. I can meditate and sit out and enjoy my space. I can walk into my bedroom and enjoy my space. There is no clutter, so I have space for other things in my mind, not just thinking, oh, my laundry basket is full, or this thing needs to go, etc. So it's the transformation that kept me going in my cleaning business, and it's that calling that has pushed me even to my choice of studies. I'm doing public policy, and I want to specialize in analyzing narratives for policy impact and to inform advocacy strategies so that I can actually change and touch people's life in large scale. So redefining yourself. If you sit down and listen well, you need to redefine your life. You're capable to, because the divine is a magnetic force. The divine is always pulling you towards your calling, towards your purpose, towards your mission. Do not get lost in the stigma and the noise from the society and the people around you. Walk and live in your purpose. Once you walk in your purpose, you're going to get the fulfillment. Once you're walking in your purpose, you're going to get a sense of purpose and a sense of fulfillment that nothing else can give. And therefore, this is a call to be still and listen and draw closer to your purpose so that you live a purposeful life. Thank you very much. See you next week. Watch out next week for the next video.